Hey, highly favored woman. Welcome back to day 2 and 3 of Vlogmas, and we are doing it motivational empowerment series kind of style. I really wanted to vlog, but I am vlogging as best as I can. But you know what? I didn't want to miss another day, and so I thought I would just do a sit down video. I am currently outside gymnastics and waiting for the girls to finish, one of them to finish, and so I wanted the whole setup and everything. But you know what? I thought as long as I'm giving value, that's what matters, right? Aesthetics, they all look well and good, but value is what is important. And today I wanted to come here and talk about how to walk into your season and how to actually thrive in your season. Now, you know what? God has different seasons for your lives, right? There's different seasons, and he does say in the Bible that there is a time to cry, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to be joyful, all those kind of times, right? All those kind of times. But today I want to talk about when the time to thrive in your season has arrived and how you can be fully prepared for that season. Because what is the point of you praying for a thriving season and yet, sis, you are not ready? You are not going to know what to do or how to behave in that thriving season. So, as always, I've got a story time. You know me, I love story time, and I will always use myself as an example because I don't want to come here and share with you stuff that I have not gone through, because then I'm just talking from reading, right? I will share from lived experience, from what I know and what I can. Right. A few years ago, got a job that I had been praying for. So I had been stagnant in my career for a while and stagnant in the same salary band. And I remember praying to God. I'm like, God, I really want a new job. Like, I really, really want a new job. I want a new job that will allow me to earn a certain salary. And in this type of industry that I really want, I wanted to elevate my career. I wanted a certain salary. I wanted a certain industry. God, I'm ready to level up in my responsibilities in my career. And the God that I serve will always answer prayers if they are aligned with what he has planned for you. I got the job that I wanted. I started in that place. I was so excited. I was ready and everything, like, come on, bring the amazing salary. Finally, I can do the shopping that I want. I can, live the best life that I love, and be there, like, be within the things, right? But what I didn't anticipate was the level of responsibility that comes with that season of thriving, that comes with a promotion in life, that comes with elevating the desires of your life. I'm just going to turn on the light and see if it makes a difference. Not really, just gives it a line, right? Okay, so let's use natural daylight. What I was not ready for was the requirements that are required for me to thrive in that season. The requirements for me to actually show up in that season as the woman that prayed for that season. Now, let me give you context, right? What I mean by that is, when I started that job, I needed to show up a certain way in meetings, right? I needed to show up a certain way in meetings. I needed to present myself in a certain way, because remember, sis bigged up herself during the interview. She said, I can do this and I can do that, and knowing fully that I can do it, right? I can do all those things that they were asking me to do in the job description, but I had not been purposely doing it in my previous roles because those tasks were not required as often, right? So I would bring that version of me for those certain tasks in previous roles, but not always. The difference was, in this role, I needed to be on my A game the whole time, right? I needed to know what conversations I needed to have in certain rooms. I needed to be ready when attending those meetings. I just needed to have my things together. I needed to gather myself together. I did not realize that was what was required of me. I did not realize that in that season, I needed to show up differently. I needed to come correct, right? As the Gen Zs call it these days. I needed to come correct. And so what happened in that season was, because I was not ready for the leveling up right? I was not ready in the physical for the leveling up. I struggled to integrate in that season. I struggled to see the blessing in that season. And the things that they were asking me to do, I found them like, why are you asking me to do this? Why are you asking me to do that? Or I'll say I'll do it and I'll do it 3-4 days later. What I didn't realize was that for me to gain and stay in that season, I needed to show up differently. I needed to show up in a different way. I needed to do things in a different way. I could not continue doing things as like a junior when I was now in a senior role. I could not continue having conversations and asking questions like a junior when I should be having the answers, when I should be knowing the questions and anticipating with the answers before the questions are asked. That is what happens when you enter a season of life and you're not prepared for that season. You will get into that season, but you will stumble in that season. And oftentimes when you stumble in that season, you will find it difficult to integrate in that season. You will find it difficult to thrive in that season. Suddenly that season will become like a chore. Suddenly that season you will start asking and praying to God and saying, but God, is it meant to be this hard? But God, is this meant to be like this? But God, I'm struggling. But God, so and so do not understand me. And yet this is the season that you prayed for. But the way that you prayed for it, what you didn't ask was, God, let me show up in that season like a woman who is in that season. Does that make sense? You needed to pray and say, God, let me show up in that season like the woman who lives and dwells in that season. Let my mindset be in the season of a woman who is thriving and elevating in that life, who is already performing at that level, who is already showing up in the rooms and is comfortable within that space. That is a problem that I find a lot of times with us highly favored women when we are praying for different things in our lives. When you're praying for marriage, you pray for a husband, but are you praying for God to make you the wife that is ready for the marriage? Are you praying for God to say, God, see my heart, cleanse my heart, prepare my heart, so that when the marriage that I am praying for and the husband that I am praying for is here, I am able to walk into that season, dwell in that season, be spiritually aligned in that season, physically aligned in that season, mentally aligned in that season, and also praying for the people in that season who you're going to be with to say, God, let them be aligned with me in this new season of my life. Let our conversations be aligned in this season of our life. That is what is important as a highly favored woman. That when you are praying for you to thrive in a different season of life, don't forget to pray that not only does the season bless you, but you also become a blessing to the season. Now, in that role that I was in, I ended up leaving, right? Because I wasn't ready for the battles that come with being in a senior role. I wasn't ready for the conversations, the responsibilities that come with being in a senior role. And that's what happens. We give up early sometimes. We give up early on the blessings that God has given us because we're not able to handle the things that God has given us and how He wants us to handle it. We're not able to handle the blessing that He has given us. We're not able to thrive in that season because we've not prayed for the tools on how to thrive in that season. Now, as we come to a wrap up of the end of the year and we're saying, God, thank you for 2024. Thank you for the goals that we've achieved. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Now, God, as I go into this new season, into this new year, Lord, I want more elevation. Lord, I want more progression. Lord, I want more promotion. Lord, I want more finances. Lord, I want a husband. Lord, I want children. Don't forget to pray that God does the things within you so that you can be ready for the season that you are praying for. Don't forget that. I forgot that. And believe me, after that, I spent quite a lot of time really praying and asking God and saying, God, please cleanse my heart. Please restore me. Please fix me so that I can be more spiritually aligned, so that I can be in the presence of the vision that you've given me, so that I can enter this season that you have chosen for me in the right way. That is something that we need to pray for as we go into 2025, that you ask God to meet you at your point of need, but at that point of need, at that blessing, that He also extends you so that you are ready emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally ready for that new season. So that's all I wanted to say for day 2 and day 3. I hope that you are feeling inspired, you're feeling motivated. As I said, we are doing Vlogmas, 23 days of just being realigning ourselves and resetting ourselves and getting ready for 2025. And so I wanted to come here and bless you with that word. I hope it has blessed you. I hope it leaves you encouraged. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share and comment on this channel as we grow, and also join the Highly Favored Woman community. It is a community for women who are ready to elevate their lives and achieve their goals so that they can thrive in every season of their lives. There are so many seasons that I have gone through where I have not been ready and I thought I was ready. Motherhood, number 1, was another season where I prayed for it. It happened. Boy, did it just tumble me upside down with my first one. Marriage, I thought I was ready for it, but boy, have the lessons been good. The last 8 years, I have found myself, found who I am, I rediscovered who God really wants me to be in marriage. And I am still going to continue in that journey because marriage is evolving. Motherhood is evolving, just like your career. You know, it's always evolving as you go into a different area. There's something new that you always have to learn. There's a different version of you that needs to show up. So yeah, before I go on preachy, I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you will like it and subscribe, and you will be part of the Highly Favored Woman community. We have something special happening on the 25th of January, which is the vision board workshop. More details to come on that, and just click the link below to join the group. Stay blessed and see you tomorrow for day 4.